Hey guys, I'm here to tell you today about the South Bend TradeWorks and Partners TradeWorks Field School. Now this picture up here are preservation trades workers. And who are they? Who are preservation trades workers? Why are preservation trade workers important? And why is maintaining a historic building important? Well, these are questions that you might learn the answer to if you were to attend the TradeWorks Field School this summer. What you'll learn is how historic buildings are restored. Our event is June 12th through 16th, 2023. We're meeting from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's during your summer break. In fact, it's after graduation. High school juniors and seniors are eligible to attend. But the prerequisite is that you are a high school trade student currently enrolled. Do you like historic mansions? This historic mansion is the site of our trade school. This is the Kaiser House in South Bend. And some of you are familiar with this house because it looks like a castle. You may have driven by here when you were on your way to one of the museums in South Bend. Well, this is right across the street from the museums. And it's actually 10 years older. Built in 1888, the Kaiser House becomes a great location for our field school where you can learn about various topics within historic preservation. The cost to attend the field school is free, and not only is it free, we're offering refreshments and lunch. Not only is it free, we're offering refreshments and lunch. You'll receive a starter toolkit, a t-shirt, and a certificate of completion. You'll have an opportunity to network with potential employers. And if you're even interested, there could be a summer job opportunity. These are some of our partners for the South Bend TradeWorks Field School. South Bend TradeWorks, Indiana Landmarks, H.G. Chrisman Construction, the Campaign for Historic Trades, the Historic Preservation Training Center in Maryland, Preservation Maryland, and the Harrison Goodall Preservation Fellowship. So what topics might we learn about during the field school? Well, masonry is one topic. You'll learn about what is traditional masonry, what the types of masonry are, how to care for traditional masonry, the do's and don'ts of masonry, construction of traditional masonry, and restoration of masonry. You'll learn about window restoration during the field school, topics such as historic window types in operation, why to restore historic windows, how to care for historic windows, glass and glazing putty, and restoration of historic windows. We'll also tell you about energy efficiency and upgrades to your historic windows. Another topic that you'll learn about at the field school is flooring. Traditional wood flooring types, wood flooring care, repair and refinishing, when and how to replace wood flooring appropriately. You'll learn about paint, the types of paint products, when to use each paint product, how to prepare surfaces for paint, and best practices for stripping lead paint. We'll also show you how to paint. One of the topics I'm most excited to teach you about is exterior carpentry. This is what helps make your building look good from the street when people are driving by. This gives you a good sense of pride at your house. We'll teach you about the wood species and the durability, contemporary wood components, exterior components and purpose, repairing damaged components, and when to replace damaged wood components. On the inside of the Kaiser Mansion, we'll show you about plaster. the virtues of plaster walls, challenges with plaster, composition and application, types of plaster and uses, and how to repair damaged plaster. We'll also tell you when to replace plaster and how to care for your plaster. So if you want to have a cool adventure in a cool historic stone house this summer, looking for an outside-of-the-box summer job, join a quick information session sometime soon to find out about the TradeWorks Field School in South Bend this summer. At the Field School, you will explore the possibility of getting a job in historic trades, and you'll also have a chance to explore the cool stone house known as the Kaiser House in South Bend.
Good morning, Penn High School, and welcome back to the PNN studio. We're joined this morning with Miss Elicia Feasel with H.G. Chrisman Construction Company, and she's got an interesting and unique opportunity for Penn High School building trades students. If you're in the construction trades or you're looking for an interesting internship, you're going to want to listen in. She's got some interesting ideas to share with you today. Good morning and welcome to PNN.
Thank you.
So tell us about this internship that you have working over in South Bend.
Okay, thanks for asking. I actually am representing South Bend TradeWorks today, and for South Bend TradeWorks, I'm a board member for that non-for-profit. I am also an employee of H.G. Chrisman Construction Company. I'm a project manager there, managing just historic preservation projects. And the two of us, along with many other partners in the community and nationally, have partnered to host a summer field school. It's called the TradeWorks Field School. And what we plan to do this summer from June 12th through June 16th is to host high school building trades students. So if you're a current high school building trades student, if you're a junior or a senior, you're eligible to apply to attend our school. We can take up to 12 students this first year. It's completely free to attend, and it's an opportunity for you to be introduced to what historic preservation is. As a building trades student, you may already know what the building trades are. You may already have some safety fundamentals that you know and understand. You probably know how to use basic tools, but what we're going to show you this summer is specifically historic preservation and what are the topics in that specific trade.
What are the topics of historic preservation and where will you apply them?
Some of the topics that we'll learn about this summer include masonry, things like stone and brick, wood flooring, wood window repair. We'll talk about interior plaster and also exterior siding and carpentry. And I'm really excited to announce that our host for our field school this summer will be the Kaiser House at 803 West Washington in South Bend, Indiana. It's a castle. Many people in the community are familiar with this castle. And the Kaiser House is a very good place for us to host the field school because within the Kaiser House's campus, there are 2 buildings on site, and we can show you an example of each and every one of the topics that we're introducing you to this summer.
Cool. Using
the building as our subject.
In terms of the Kaiser House's restoration, how far along is it? And in terms of a percentage maybe, how close are you to finishing it?
Well, the Kaiser House has been renovated over the years, I would say, in phases. So the phase that they're in right now would probably put them, I'll just say 50% to completion. And the reason that I say that is because some of the really big things have already been completed by Indiana Landmarks. You've had the masonry restored. You've had a new roof put on. All of the windows in this house have been meticulously restored to their original functionality. But on the interior, you have exposed walls, mechanical systems that still need to go in, floors that need to be finished, and even parts of the design and layout need to be handled. And that's simply because we're not exactly sure what the full use will be yet, because this will be a mixed-use building where you might have residential on the upper floors in the more private areas, and you might have a more public use on the ground floors, maybe office or event space.
So there's no doubt that students are going to gain skills by their participation in this camp. What else can come from it? It's just 4 days, 5 days, and then what happens?
Yeah, we're going to have a quick whirlwind of an experience in these 5 days. And you're going to be there learning from 9 to 3, but during those hours, you won't even realize that you're sitting in a classroom because we're going to move from place to place. One moment we'll be in the carriage house. The next moment we'll be outside looking at the masonry. And it's going to go so fast with a lot of different topics. You will hear from at least 14 different experts in the subjects that we're speaking on. And each of those 14 experts on the last day will be there to network with you and listen to your story. And you will have an opportunity during that last day to ask those employers if they have any summer opportunities. Some of the employers will have summer opportunities such as job shadowing. You can come one day and just see what they do with their companies. Or you might be able to take a short-term summer internship. Maybe you have a week that you're available and you want to come and help us do some work. Maybe we need some help cleaning or organizing, or you can do some things with a hammer. We can put you on that for a short time. But if you're really serious, maybe you've graduated and you know you want to go into these trades, our employers that'll be on site will be willing to interview you and potentially hire you for a summer position. So there are a lot of opportunities in addition to taking this free field school.
So where do students get more information?
Students can get more information on our Eventbrite page. We're still working on that. But your teachers will have the information that you'll need after spring break of this year to review our details and sign up online. We will be hosting a mandatory information session in the beginning of June, and there'll be more details on that as time comes.
Okay. And is the application process very lengthy? How does one, I know that you haven't put up a website yet, but like, is it just an online application, and do people need referrals as well?
Those are good questions. We will have an online application. It will be pretty brief, but you'll have to answer some of the questions such as why you would want to take this program. We do also require that your building trades teacher provide a statement about your experience in their class. It's not a letter of recommendation, and it doesn't have to be a great statement. It just has to give, I guess, confirmation that you were a student in their class and that you'd be a good candidate to attend this field school.
And you say there are 12 positions, right?
We have 12 positions. Okay. And did I mention your parents have to sign a permission slip to agree for you to attend our field school?
No, you didn't, but that's good to know. Okay, so I think we got a lot of that information out of the way. Tell us about the genesis of this restoration. Like, where did it begin? Tell us about the grant you wrote and who is the person who put it all together.
Okay, so I guess I would say that South Bend has been trying for years, if not decades, to integrate students that are interested in construction work with historic preservation. And it's easy for us to find building trades programs, and you can even go into the union and start with an entry-level position to learn your trade. With historic preservation, it's always been more organically formulating throughout the country and the world, as a matter of fact. But here in South Bend, it's been something that we've had a void. There hasn't really been a direct connection to young people who are looking for their careers to know or to learn or to be told there is this opportunity in existing buildings. And I think for South Bend Trade Works, we're very motivated in making sure that everybody has an opportunity to know that historic preservation is a lucrative career choice. And so the field school is really trying to connect with high schoolers, but South Bend Trade Works also hosts DIY workshops for homeowners, contractors, students even, anybody. And that's something that we've already been doing. So this year of 2023 is our inaugural field school, and that was developed when I received the Harrison Goodall Fellowship for Innovative Historic Preservation, and I thought I was writing a grant. and we were going to get some grant funding. And it took me about a week after being told that I was the recipient of this fellowship that I was the recipient of a fellowship. It put the pressure on.
Yeah.
And Harrison has set up specific requirements for the recipient of his fellowship to where you have to make sure it's innovative, and actually being hosted by the Penn TV and Radio class for this is one example of innovation within our program. But at the end, after we've had our camp, I will be handing over a printed package that I've developed that Harrison, the National Park Service, and Preservation Maryland, Campaign for Historic Trades, any of our partners, in fact, could take this model and build a field school in their communities. So this first field school could end up becoming a field school all over the country that can be customized to the local area and the local professionals.
Who are some of your partners, the field school partners?
Our partners are H.G. Chrisman Construction, Indiana Landmarks, South Bend Trade Works, of course, is the host. We have the Harrison Goodall Fellowship for Innovative Historic Preservation, Preservation Maryland, the National Park Service, the Campaign for Historic Trades, and then we also have some other partners that are really providing mentorship roles or in-kind donations. We have Lowe's, who has agreed to provide donated materials that we can then give to the students, so they have a toolkit when they leave. We're receiving a t-shirt from Hilti, and they'll do a tool demonstration for us. Some of our just cheerleaders in the community have offered to pay for lunch. We have quite a lot of partners that have supported this effort.
Yeah, sounds like it. And what is your role as the grant writer and the fellowship recipient and the lead on this? What's your role look like, and have you found the going difficult in any way?
Yeah, as a employee of H.G. Chrisman, my boss, Nori Emmons, believes so much in the philosophy of historic preservation. And for his company, it's an opportunity for us to identify new recruits and possibly take them on and train them in this field. So that was kind of the main leading force for me, is that I can do some of my work to develop this field school during my work hours and as a part of my job as a project manager. But South Bend Trade Works and Indiana Landmarks have been the next cheerleaders in line, and we all have a mutual goal to maintain existing buildings. If our main goal is to keep them from going into a landfill, then we just want people to know that they're important. And if our, second or third goal is to show people that you can do this too, then we're happy to achieve that. One of the things we want to make sure that we're accomplishing is letting younger students know that a career in historic preservation is a viable long-term career option. It has been for me, and this is what I've focused on almost my entire adult life.
Well, we're very grateful you came in today. I'm afraid we're out of time, so we're going to have to roll on. But we will make sure to get the information out on our news channel and all of our social media. Thank you for coming in, Ms. Feasel, and congratulations on the grant.
Thank you.
And best of luck this summer. PNN looks forward to covering the event. Now back to you.